Hi guys, Storm here with another video. So, unfortunately, Bidet King will try to sell you the wrong thing to try to screw you over when their inventory is too high of the wrong product. So, always get the elongated, never get the rounded unless you're like in another country or you have a really bizarre toilet. The standard toilet is elongated, not the rounded. The rounded you would think it would be, but no, we have elongated toilets here in America 9 times out of 10. So unless you're a really old person with a small bum and you get a custom toilet seat, or an Asian or some other country, it's oblong. So unless you want it looking really wonky, don't do it. But anyway, if you're trying to change the seat because a BioBidet decides to cover for, or like at least say, hey, we're sorry you dealt with your experience. We're actually going to do our jobs and replace the lid that was supposed to be sold to you in the first place, rather than trying to scam you and then say, oh no, we don't, even though you have a 6-year warranty, we're not going to actually compensate you for all the money you spent on us. So anyway, moving on. It says, unfortunately, I don't know if it's a joke or some idiot, or someone who's ignorant, doesn't know what they're talking about, or it's just outdated misinformation. Removing the lid, they're saying, remove the right part first. And you can clearly see, it says, pull out the right ear of the lid first. Do you see how the left lid ear is in, the right lid ear is out? That's not the case. If you try to do it, you will break it. Not only that, this little flat nub is on neither side of the toilet seat. And this is supposedly for the BioBidet 2000, which I own. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, right? So if you go over here, you're going to see like there's, and I don't want to pull it too hard or else I will break it. See how there's like a square nipple? That's connecting it. You will break it if you try to force it open. So they say the right ear is supposed to go open, but if you look at this, look at that. Barely any pull, slides right off. Barely any pull. If you were to try to do that, because when you pull it off, guess what happens? When you actually hold on. When you completely pull it off, look at that. It just comes right off. Once you do the left one, there's literally a puzzle piece, like a key and a keyhole. If you try to force it off with the key being in the keyhole and not turning the other side loose, you're going to try to like basically snap the plastic. And what's going to snap first, the key or the thin plastic surrounding it? I would say the weakest point of the plastic, which would probably either be this corner or some of this. You don't want to do it. They're wrong. You have to do the left part first, then the right. So they couldn't be more wrong if they tried. This actually is in like a key fastener where it's like a plug and like, look, see, I was right. A square, like rectangular key in the keyhole. This one's just literally resting on this divot. That's why it's easily pulled. It's not like a key in the keyhole. It's just sitting there resting. So it's a little weird that they have it that way for the instructions. It's just wrong. So it'd be great if they updated the information and not gave you misinformation that could potentially break your stuff. And I doubt the warranty covers you breaking the material because the company decided to give you misinformation. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. I'll leave in the descriptions or any other abnormalities or them force feeding misinformation to try to make you spend more money on you breaking the stuff because they're giving you misinformation. So misinformation, disinformation, whatever false information, false advertising they're trying to do, it's false, it's misleading, it's not true. So it's just frustrating that BioBidet, one of the best companies out there besides not Temu, it's the other one starting with a T, that I think they're the higher end ones, but this is the only one that came with some other features that not even the nicest expensive one has. So yeah, thought I'd mention that. Here's the info, not that it matters.